As young car enthusiasts, dream cars get imprinted onto our psyche. It doesn't matter if one screams by you on the highway, if you see one on television, or if honestly you just see the poster. But there's nothing else that can compel us to stay in school, to work harder, to save more, and do a better job of whatever it is that we get to do than our dream cars. And for me, this is the ultimate, the McLaren F1, Gordon Murray's baby, the fastest car on earth, a naturally aspirated V12, one of the rarest and most significant cars of our time. And today, thanks to the Miles Collier collection at the Revs Institute, I get to drive it. I have waited for this moment my entire life, and I could not be any more excited. I'm Ed Bolian, this is Car Trek, and this is my dream car.
That is quick!
This is a McLaren F1, and they let us have it.
Yes. I have no idea why, but oh my gosh, Ed.
I just farted in a McLaren F1.
I just did something else you're not supposed to do in a McLaren F1.
Yeah, you're driving it.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I can safely say that this is all three of our personal ultimate dream cars. Money no object.
Yes, without question. But does it live up to the hype? Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it does.
I mean, it's so unique. The visibility is fantastic. The sound is perfect. The engine feel is perfect. It feels so nicely put together.
Yes. More of that. Everybody watching at home, if you think you know what this feels like, it's exactly that times 10.
Yeah. It's the fastest car in the world at the time.
241 miles an hour, what was it?
Took over a decade to dethrone the car, right?
Yeah,
by the Veyron.
You know, there are cars that you drive, and they don't necessarily live up to the hype. They're the heroes that you meet, and they're just not on that day. This thing is as on as it could ever be, and it is so gorgeous. Oh, yeah. It is what gives you the virus of loving cars, and that's what motivates me through life. I mean, the idea of having your financial trajectory somehow intersect with whatever this thing is worth, which is as much as I could possibly spend whenever I can manage the opportunity, that's what does it for me.
So whatever you just said was very good. This is awesome.
This is so good.
How about Car Trek over? Let's just go.
Let's just go.
Just go.
What's the statute of limitations on Grand Theft Auto?
So obviously, none of us are ever going to buy the cheapest McLaren F1 in the USA in our lifetimes or in 10 lifetimes.
No.
But we did all buy our dream car.
Yes.
Thanks to you all watching our silly YouTube videos, which is just unreal.
Yeah, it's insane. We got to do that, and we got to do this, but I think we should probably kind of bring it back down to earth and get in our more attainable cars, right?
Maybe just a bit, but not anytime soon.
Today does not suck.
Today is a good day.
Yeah,
It's true that if you search Auto Tempest for a McLaren F1 today, you won't find any results. That's because there aren't any for sale on Earth right now. But for any car that is for sale, Autotempest.com is the most powerful and reliable way to find it. They compile results from all the major listing sites into one place, giving you the best chance of finding your dream car. And speaking of dream cars, they brought us to the only place where a $20 million McLaren F1 might actually blend in. And while normally our Car Trek challenges involve oil-leaking hoopties and depreciated money pits, this time Auto Tempest had given us very different instructions.
We are here at the Amelia Island Concours d'Elegance, and we actually made it because we brought reliable cars this time.
Yeah, well, I don't know about yours. It's not known for its reliability, is it?
I've gone many, many miles in it, and I will go many, many more, but Auto Tempest instructed us to come here to the Concours with our dream cars, which fortunately we've been able to buy over the last few years.
I wager it'll probably be something very pleasant and not filled with conflict at all.
I'm sure. So we're here in my LP640, Tyler's SLS, and Freddy's DBS. Freddy, what's wrong with your door?
Yes. Got a flex. Nothing's wrong with my door. They don't do this. They're not billionaire doors. They just go like up very slightly just so you don't hit the curb.
They're the most not my job engineering approach to adding cool doors to a car.
It's elegant, it's understated, which is unlike your car. Actually, you know what? Yours is a lot more understated.
Clearly, we weren't going to agree on whose doors had the coolest upward angle. So I suggested that we walk the concourse grounds before Auto Tempest's first challenge. If only to see the world's best cars and meet some of our truly wonderful fans.
Oh my god! I love both of your channel. Can you please take a picture of us? Thank you, man.
Enjoy your weekend.
Right. Yeah. Love to meet both of you guys. Thank you so much.
I really appreciate it.
After gawking at a nearly endless amount of cars we could never afford, Auto Tempest told us to return to our own cars because we would have to use them to impress a concourse judge.
Judgment time. Yes.
Oh, hey, I know you.
Hey, what are all these new cars doing here? Hi, Ed, how are you?
Great to see you. This is Bill Warner, the founder and chairman of the Amelia Island Concours d'Elegance, the man without whom none of this would be possible. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
taking
they'd
the
be
time.
playing golf, wouldn't they?
I suppose.
Yeah.
This is much better. Much better than golf.
I think so.
Absolutely. So I think you're going to take a look at our cars.
I am.
Yes, 2011 Mercedes SLS AMG Designo Mystic White, Designo Natural Interior. Of course, the doors, very original car, no paintwork. The only thing not original is the steering wheel because they put in C-Class
that does
steering
it for
wheels
me.
back
I
in the
mean, I'm
day.
sorry.
But other than that,
Disqualified.
very nice car. I'm sure a future classic, already appreciating in value. The 300 SL, of course, is my ultimate dream car, but I can't afford that. This is
Hence the doors.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a car you really make an entrance in, right? You come up at the country club, you swing the door out,
yes.
and everybody goes, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Mercedes, probably from a quality and usable standpoint, this is probably the best of the group.
I agree.
You know, it's
Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
well, we'll take a look at the other chickens.
Well, let me tell you about mine. This is a 2007 Lamborghini Murcielago LP640 with a gated manual transmission.
Well, that's good.
That's right, it's good. They only brought 30 of them into the United States, and this is the only one in this color because I painted it this color.
Okay.
It began its life being black, but I thought this was better. It's called Verde Draco. One of the press cars they used was this color. And so yeah, there's only 20 manual US LP640 coupes, 10 roadsters, and this one is almost the highest mileage one because I drive it all the time.
Now tell me, what's the public reaction when you drive this car?
Nobody cares.
Is it a thumbs up? Do
It
people
is,
like
yeah.
it?
It excites everybody. It's got the cool doors. It's got all
Oh,
the
yeah.
things that you could ever want.
Yeah, that makes a nice
big,
entrance, too.
howling, naturally aspirated V12. Absolutely the perfect dream car to me. Everything as analog as it could be.
So is functionality a part of this sort of Concours judging? Because
Well, for me personally,
okay, well, for you personally, if you look inside that car, are you missing anything?
Only things that don't matter, like the speakers and the radio.
that's
And
what an iPhone's for.
that's exactly right. He knows
The bat wings, do they work?
most of the time. Yes.
Ah,
And,
okay.
you know, it told me to check the engine, and I did that too.
Right.
What you do is you carry a roll of black electrician's tape.
That's it.
And you put it over it.
That's
Don't
right.
check the engine anymore.
I need to check your credentials, sir.
There you go.
So this is actually functional. This is a 2009 Aston Martin DBS, finished in Casino Royale, 6-speed manual, has all the carbon fiber trim on the inside, and has about 33,000 miles. This is exactly what you want in a Concourse
Oh, wait a minute
restored.
now. What's it going to take to do a deal today?
Really? He's into it.
He sounds like a used car salesman, doesn't he?
Well, I'm just gonna.
I've taught him well.
I gotta slap the roof.
One thing about the Aston Martin, I was talking with Ed Welburn, who's Vice President of General Motors Design.
Yeah.
Well, a few years back, the Aston was really kind of a pattern for the last of the C7 Corvettes.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you look at the window pattern, the roof
That's it.
panel and everything, everybody liked the Aston. And of course, the iconic front end of the Aston with the lip looks just like a Fusion.
Well, here's the thing. No,
That's
a
exactly
Fusion
right.
looks like the Aston. You don't go up.
Well, they were all from
yeah.
Ford at one time, right?
Yes,
Well,
yes.
you guys have put together a tough choice here.
Hey, we got some good options.
There's only one choice,
I got to
honestly.
divorce myself from how much I like you guys.
That's
you know,
it.
And pick
And
the
how
cars.
much you dislike Tyler.
Please take your time. Notice every single flaw in Ed's car, and it's
Yes.
never ending.
Easy
Yes.
to overlook. Enjoy yourself. We'll see you in a bit.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Let me look at you. Put me on the spot.
And pick the right car.
Yeah,
Pick
yeah.
That, pick that one.
Can you
That's the right
get
car.
me a Yugo? All these cars, to me, based on my age, have gotten too big. You know, I like something a little smaller. The Murcielago grabs you from the time that you turn the key on and push the button. The noise that this makes a much better statement than, say, the Mercedes-Benz. But it is a car that would get someone's attention, including the highway patrol. The Aston Martin DBS. This is a rather staid but tasteful car. It doesn't attract a lot of attention. Well, I've always liked Mercedes-Benz. The fact that it's got the gullwing doors works in its favor. They've cut the doors back so it's much easier to get in the original 300 SL. It's very, very fast. Okay, you know, every one of them has its own features and desirability. So I guess we have to break the news to the guys. Gentlemen.
Yeah, the moment of truth.
It's a tough choice.
Well, yeah, but you know, each one has its own asset that I like. So I gotta narrow it down, huh?
Yes, please.
You all three are nice guys. I don't want you to go away unhappy, and you reach millions of people, and gosh,
This is not a participation trophy. There is going to be a winner.
All right, I got it covered.
Excellent.
I would go to the coast on any one of the three, but there's always something about making a statement and driving a stick shift car, right?
Yeah.
Ed,
I know where this is going.
congratulations.
Really? Really?
And make the check payable. No, that's all right.
If this were a point system, it would be in the negatives. Non-original paint, all the wear, missing
you're missing
things.
the point. It's the provenance.
Yeah.
It's Italian.
It's baby diarrhea green.
Crank up your car, crank up this car. Which one are you gonna look at? You know, I
Yes.
love it when you crank up a car, it makes a lot of noise. People whip out cameras. I had a mid-engine car like this, BMW M1 one time. And I just remembered, for someone my age, when you get out of it, you roll on the ground, you crawl up beside the car. And that's what you do with that. Well,
And that's good? That's a good thing?
Yeah, well, at this age, anything's good. but you know, if I was going to drive to the coast very quietly, I'd love the Aston, I'd love the Mercedes, but there's just je ne sais quoi about a Lamborghini.
So what's second place then?
Yeah.
Who's the runner-up? Me?
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
And that means, by process of elimination,
Freddy's last.
But three is okay.
James Bond drove this
Yeah,
car.
that's all right. This has
there
been
we
fun,
go.
guys.
Thank you so
Thanks for
much. We
coming.
really,
Yes,
really
good to see
appreciate you.
Ed,
Absolutely.
Freddy,
I don't
bye.
agree with your assessment, but I will accept it.
Okay,
Yeah.
carry on.
Oh, have a great day.
Thank you.
Edwins.
I do. Edwins. This is a very new experience for me.
Edwins with a hole in the interior, curved wheels, non-original, ugly paint.
Exactly as it should be.
You cheated. You cheated by bringing this car. You know that,
brought
right?
a Ford Fusion.
It's not a few. He has a C-Class with DeLorean doors.
That is a very,
they're
very special
impressive.
vehicle there. Yes.
Oh yeah,
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah.
Well, I just got a text, so I assume it's from Auto Tempest.
Yeah. Of course.
Now that we know which of your cars would dominate the concours scene, it's time to see which of you got the best deal on your dream cars. But this will not be our normal appraisal procedure. You're going to head to the spot where Car Trek began. And there you'll find an appraiser who will not just tell you what your cars are worth, but the winner will be the one who has made the most on their car since they bought it.
Yeah. Now all makes sense. Are you making these texts up?
No, it's straight from Auto Tempest.
Yeah, I don't believe
All right, we got to do it. Let's go.
Hey Ed, do you fancy a rev battle?
Oh, let's hear it. Let's do that.
Are you sure? The last time I did a rev battle in a Mercy, it really didn't end well.
Well, that's because you had the wrong Mercy.
We got the Mercy.
It's on fire!
Oh no!
All right, Tyler, let's hear it.
Guys, get a load of this.
Freddy, go ahead. Watch and learn. Freddy,
go ahead. Go, it's your turn.
A lovely effort, Freddy. Here you go, gentlemen. This is how you do it. All right, let's get on. I need to win something else. I love supercars of the mid-2000s. They remind me of a time when you could find a restaurant that didn't have a vegan entree, a time when pronouns weren't profanity, a time when you had to go to college in order to qualify for a Facebook account. It was a beautiful time, and the cars of that era are absolutely wonderful. And this is, quite honestly, in my opinion, the best one. My manual LP640 is a car that I have dreamt about since 2001 when I saw the Road and Track article of the car setting the world speed records at Nardo. It went the fastest 100 miles, fastest 100 kilometers, and furthest distance driven in an hour. Is it a McLaren F1? No, but to be quite honest, getting in this car after driving that car, the engine's maybe not quite as refined and well produced, but at the end of the day, it does everything I want it to do. It's brutally powerful. It sounds perfect. I don't care what you say about an LFA or a Pura GT. You are wrong. This is the best sounding car on earth. It is a big, howling, naturally aspirated V12. And these cars are technologically unrepeatable. You can't make cars like this anymore because no, it doesn't have all the safety features you want. No, it's not necessarily reliable enough for people to buy. But at the end of the day, it is everything that I want a car to be. I know it doesn't fit in most parking spaces. I know it barely fits in my lane on this road, but there is no place I would rather be, and that is the essence of a dream car. There's just nothing better as a car enthusiast, and whatever your passion is, there will be something that is the trophy, that is the high watermark, that is the victory of your pursuit of that idea, and for me, it's this right here.
Now this is what I'm talking about. This is a 2009 Aston Martin DBS, and this is my ultimate dream car for a few reasons. Number one, it is the best looking car in the world because it just looks perfect from every single angle. Now in Car Trek 1, I had a sort of kind of version of this exact car. I had an Aston Martin V12 Vantage S. And that had actually a little bit more power than this car, but honestly, I didn't really like the look as much as I do this one. This is one of the last iterations of Aston Martin's late, great V12s. It says it's a 6-liter, it's not actually a 6-liter, it's a 5.9, but who's counting? This thing makes 510 horsepower and 420 foot-pounds of torque. So even though those numbers are pretty respectable if you look at them through any other lens, when you look at the other two cars we have, I'm the low man on the totem pole. But honestly, I don't care. This is the last big body Aston Martin with a manual, with a naturally aspirated engine, and it just sounds, oh, it's glorious. And when you give it some, it puts a smile on your face, just like that, every single time, without fail.
Oh, hello. Sounds American, doesn't it? So, Mercedes, not a car you would normally associate with dream cars, with poster cars, but I was born a Mercedes man pretty much because my grandmother had this beautiful 500 SL, and when I reached driving age, she gave it to me. It was my first car, and I love it. I still have it today. But my dream car as a kid, outside of the McLaren F1, obviously, was the 300 SL gullwing. And when I was a kid going to the collector car auctions, they were selling for $100,000 to $200,000. A lot of money, but it felt like if I worked really, really hard one day, I would be able to buy those. Now they're 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, and up. Way out of my league. But This is a Mercedes SLS AMG, and it was the first time AMG as a tuning company got to design their own car from the ground up, and it was a tribute to the 300 SL. This big engine, badged as a 6.3, is actually a 6.2 liter V8, 563 horsepower. 0 to 60 was about 3.5 seconds. Plenty fast for 2011, plenty fast for today. And nowadays, AMG has kind of lost its magic. They replaced these big AMG V8s with a smaller turbocharged V8 engine. It's just the way of the future, but it's just not the same in my opinion. And they're putting AMG badges on everything. This is a very, very special car. The doors go up, and it makes that noise.
Alright, so Ed may have won the Concours, but I still had a trick up my sleeve for the appraisal. I'd bought my DBS for an insanely good price before the crazy supercar market drove up the cost of anything cool and rare. There was no way I could lose. Right?
Yes!
They fixed the road, actually.
They did, much less broken than we found it last year.
Yeah.
So we're now talking about whose car has appreciated the most since we found them on Auto Tempest some time ago.
Oh, joy.
Well,
Yes.
you haven't had your car for very long.
No.
Neither have I.
No.
But I paid $105,000 for mine, which it was the cheapest SLS going in the USA, and it is a nice car, higher mileage, like 36,000 miles, but that was a good deal. I mean, good deal, yes.
It is, but that's very uncharacteristic of you. Where's the paintwork?
No paintwork.
What?
Yeah.
So that bumper's not a Mako spray job?
No. It's actually a nice car, just a little miley. And your car's about the same money, right?
So my car was actually better money because I bought mine for sort of around about 95 grand.
Wow.
And this has 33,000 miles. It is a driver, no paint work, just like yours, and unlike this
Yeah,
guy.
kind of in the same league. So Ed, you're more.
Yeah, well, I own mine for negative $100,000.
No, you don't.
Yeah, well, I made a lot of money on the first one, so I got the second one for free, and then I made 100 grand on that one, and so negative 100. I own
Like the Ferrari car trek
Do you
all
understand
over
that
again.
Lamborghinis aren't free, right?
Yeah, this isn't.
Mine are. I bought a silver 1997 Lamborghini Diablo Roadster, so I traded that, and they gave me $38,000 back.
Ed, that's not how this works.
Who are you, the IRS?
Real money, Ed. Real money. Real.
All right, I put about 230 grand.
That is both these cars combined and then 40 grand.
You know, and it will constantly go up in value. I have no concern. I paid $185, servicing a bit. It cost me about $10,000 to make the air conditioning work. There's some parts they don't make anymore. And then 20 some odd for the paint and
10
some
grand
parts.
to make AC work.
The evaporators, they don't make. You have to find it out of a crash car. You have to pull the dash to get there. And then the compressors go. It's a thing. I mean, but it works a whole lot better than that McLaren F1, I can assure you.
Radio doesn't work.
Yeah, there's no radio.
Your locks don't work.
Works just fine. The locks do not work, that's true. Don't steal my car, but the locks work great.
No,
the
they
locks
don't.
work great.
They don't. Just steal his car. Yeah, please.
But today we're talking about how much money each of us have made on our car. So normally that would mean that a wild John Ficarra would appear out of
Tyler
nowhere.
Hoover.
This is good. This
An
is
even
good.
better John, ladies and gentlemen. A huge
come over
fan
here.
of not Tyler Hoover.
Oh, no.
John is the founder of Curated, the seller of all the greatest supercars on earth. Certainly a wealth of knowledge on all of these cars, a wonderful storyteller, and someone who's been around these cars his entire life. Thank you for coming. And
So John is a specialist in Diablo and Countach. He has the market pretty much cornered. So when I acquired a Diablo and a Countach on the same day,
I'm in my Diablo, going back to get my Countach.
oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I didn't think I could afford to keep both, so I reached out and, well, made a deal to sell one of them, and then I changed my mind and,
You actually changed your mind twice.
Yeah.
I did.
slimy.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
a jerk
my
move,
goodness.
Tyler.
Yeah.
So you're saying that in this equation, the used car salesman occupies the moral high ground.
John, come over here. Get closer to Tyler,
You know,
like punching
in
distance,
all
please.
the
Yeah.
transactions I've done, I have to be honest, you pretty disappointed.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was in the car business for 10 years, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I want to keep the cars, I'm sorry.
Well, so based on that, you'll obviously appraise this one quite poorly, but we'd like you to look around all the cars if you don't mind and tell us what they would bring in today's, what is probably the healthiest collector car market that we've ever seen in our lifetime.
Would love to, it'd be an honor.
Well, thank you so much. We'll leave you to it. Look around, press buttons. There's not that many, but yes, have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Radio doesn't work in this, and a lot of other things don't work, so just keep that in mind.
Doesn't matter, Tyler loses.
Tyler lose.
So I have to commend Ed on such a beautiful job on the paint. It's got glass engine bonnet. I don't know if the wheels were originally graphite, but I love the color. You know, the interior's not bad. Obviously missing the radio. You know, really nice car overall. The miles are a little high. Yes, it's a color change. It's definitely not for everyone, but it is beautiful in person. I love Ed, so I was easy. I was easy. This is gonna be fun. The paint actually appears to be decent, but that's about where this car ends. Obviously, the first thing that sort of burns my eyes is the steering wheel. I don't know if Tyler got this in a J.C. Whitney catalog or Pep Boys, I don't know, but it does not match the rest of the interior. There's no other carbon fiber in this car. It actually looks like it's missing panels for the engine bay. This car looks like it had no options and was definitely ordered by someone with no taste. The door is creaking, that's embarrassing. You know, not a bad car. The seat definitely shows some sign of wear. Wow, 33,000 miles. This may be one of the highest mileage DBS potentially in the US. Big V12. I mean, the car looks pretty decent for the mileage. Overall, not a bad car. I will say the spec is beautiful, and these cars have done really well. All right, guys, we're ready. Let me give you the good and maybe bad news.
Hey.
All right, great news.
Let's have it.
Yeah.
So, first, Tyler.
Yeah.
You know, I love SLSs. I think they're incredible cars.
Thank you.
But what I will say, this is one of the higher mileage I've seen. It's definitely a unique spec, no options.
That's right. Lightweight stripper option.
The steering wheel and the paddles, I mean, they gotta go. Pretty bad, not gonna lie. And the color's not my favorite. I think pearl white over brown is something that maybe suits a GLE a little bit more.
An SUV.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
Big bow on it.
Mommobile.
But here's what I will say. SLS prices have gone up, I would say, in the
Yes.
past 8 months. We recently sold a 3,000 mile car for like $179. That was a great color. It was
10
silver
times the
on red.
mileage.
And a really nice car. I think we'd see on the market dealers asking 140 to 150 for similar miles
150?
on a car asking.
Okay.
That being said, I would say if it had red interior, awesome. Even if it had black interior, awesome. So my gut is 119 to about 135 in that range, and it really depends.
That is a beautiful interior. I got flustered. That's a beautiful interior. It's a Designo natural interior. See the weave in the seats? It is beautiful.
It's cool. The weave is cool. Just the color. Just the color.
So 135,000 is your tippy top of your appraisal.
For you, I wouldn't even give you 135. To be
Obviously not.
You absolutely should not.
To anyone else on Earth.
$135,000, which I bought it for $105. So in a year of owning this car, I have made $30,000. I mean, look at me. That never happens. I mean, it's because of this crazy car market that I'm actually making money on a car. It really never happens. But
Okay, enough with that car. Let's appraise a real car, a real rare car.
And you know what? I actually have to say I love the spec of this car. I love what this car represents.
Everybody does.
If you've looked at the market lately, 430 manuals have gone absolutely insane.
Yes.
From 200,000 to as much as 300,000. Audi R8 V10 manuals have gone from 100,000 to as much as 200,000.
Yeah, this is better.
I see this following trend. I don't think it's there just yet. We haven't seen some really spectacular results yet. The one thing that does scare me is the miles because it has ceramic brakes and I don't know the replacement cost of those. So that does scare me a little bit. But
Fine.
considering your reputation for cars, I'm really impressed with the condition.
Procedures.
I
You know, I used to be known for good cars until this show happened.
So we'll give you the license to kill his dreams.
Yes.
And
No.
it is.
No,
you
we're
know,
good.
here's my gut. I think it's 115 to 125.
Okay.
But cars that have traded for 140 to 150 with lower miles, people are now asking 170.
Yes.
We haven't seen those cars transact. I will tell you, I do believe they will sell at those prices.
Okay.
But today it's 125.
Today's value, let's call it creeping on 130.
We are at the Amelia Island Concours where there are auctions of cars exactly like this. So whatever you're saying now could change in a few hours time. So I'm going to take tomorrow's price, which is 160 to 180.
No, it's
No,
130.
it's
No, it's not.
$130,000.
It's not
Just-
130.
Hey, you beat me by $5,000, so just take it.
Okay, I paid 95 for this. It's fine. Yeah, whatever. I beat you.
Now to my favorite. I mean,
Thank you.
honestly, this is got to be one of my favorite cars of a generation. Much more rare than these cars.
Man of taste you are.
Even though it is a full repaint, it is probably one of the best colors that Lamborghini ever produced.
It's diarrhea green.
Miles.
It is shocking yet elegant at the same time.
Holes in the inside.
Okay.
There's wear in the interior.
There's an Aston Martin right there. And you're
And
talking about
should
elegance on a
definitely
Lambo?
invest a little bit more in the condition of the car.
It does.
That being said, LP640 manuals have been trading. I mean, we've sold them anywhere between $500,000 and $600,000.
$500,000.
Yes.
This is the worst one.
That's right.
Of the less than 30 United States, this is the worst one. It's the worst one.
Listen, the demand is that incredible for these cars. This car, because it is so nice, the paint is so nice, I'm gonna call it 410. I'm gonna call it maybe even 450 because we're almost there. We just gotta do the interior.
Why not call it $1 million? Why not $1 billion?
Double it.
$450,000.
There we go. So 100% return. And I've had it about, I guess, 3 years or so.
He makes 200 grand on a car that has no radio and can't lock itself.
Freddie, this is a massive conspiracy on so many levels. Number one, John Tamarian, this is his specialty, this car. He's not gonna say it's worthless. That VinWiki sticker, he started this app to manipulate the values of this exact car. He created an app
I wouldn't call it
just
manipulate.
to do that,
I would not
and he has
call it
done it. Not only that, he'll
manipulate.
probably sell this VinWiki app for millions of dollars someday.
That can't be legal.
And he's raised hundreds of
Hold on,
thousands
hold
of
on,
dollars
Tyler.
of value in his car.
I'm getting a text. It's
It is
not
the
a VinWiki
biggest
app
scam
alert. It is a
in
text from
Lamborghini
Auto
history.
Tempest.
You're not getting a
So,
text right now.
John, thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Tyler, watch your back.
Would you like to buy my DBS?
Would love to.
Tomorrow though. Tomorrow's prices.
Tomorrow, no, those are not applicable. All right, today's text. We hope that you've enjoyed your time at Amelia, but it is time to hit the road. Here's a location to head to in the morning where we will find a way to test your cars like you've never tested them before.
All right.
I'm not used to losing. This really sucks.
Yeah. Welcome to the club, buddy.
I still managed to find the bright side of it in those circumstances, so let's get on.
You know, I thought 30 grand was a lot of money until 200 grand came rolling by.
Hey, I gotta call my insurance agent. Oh,
Do you know where we are?
a runway!
Planes get to like 150 miles an hour on this runway, and we have to beat that. Oh, wow, Tyler just took off!
120, 130, 140. Whoa, stop.
Let's toast to Auto Tempest, huh?
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers! Where's our cars?
Where are they? Let's see what's in there.
Give me.
So we just learned that each of our dream cars is headed up in value. But if you want to buy your dream car before it becomes unaffordable, you need to head over now to autotempest.com.
Yes, Auto Tempest is the best way to search for a used car. It combines all the major listing sites into one search. And the fun act of searching for cars, something I do every day, actually makes Car Trek, which is going on back here, possible.
Go check it out in the link in the video description below. Go check it out right now.
Yes, do it.
Right now.
Now. Do it now!
Auto Tempest, all the cars, one search. Click the link.